So this is unit or lesson 5.2. So when we go to do some practice problems, notice that we will be going to the book in 2.1 and 7.3. So the Pythagorean theorem should be a review from the past. Pythagorean theorem relates the triangle where A and B are the perpendicular sides, and the C is the hypotenuse. So remember from geometry, A, B, and C. So if you use the sidewalk from 15th and Naismith and go to the New Burge Union, you will walk 150 steps south. Okay, so even if you don't know where these buildings are, if I look at my directions, oops, that's not south, it's west. So it says we will walk 150 steps straight south, and then we'll turn and walk 200 steps to the west. How many steps would you take if you cut a diagonal through the Green Hall parking lot? So we can use the Pythagorean theorem. So 150 squared plus 200 squared equals c squared. And then go ahead and grab your calculators and calculate 150 squared plus 200 squared. Just go ahead and do that in one step since it's a rather large number. And we get 62,500 equals c squared. Then to undo a squared, use square root. So c is equal to 250. I don't need to place a plus minus on this question because we're talking about direction and steps. So it's just going to be 250 steps. Okay, this next piece has to find the length of the dashed line. It's not dashed, as you can tell, it's solid. Just a couple things. I'm going to go ahead and just write some ordered pairs down, maybe label this up a little bit. So 6, that's 7, 2, no, that's not 7, 2, good grief. It's 2, 7. And then this point over here is 8, 15. So we need to close off a triangle to find the length of that. We could also use the distance formula, but since it's right below, let's use Pythagorean theorem. So we know the distance from this point of 7 up to 15. This side length would be a side length of 8. And this side length from 2 to 8 would be a side length of 6. You can use your Pythagorean theorem. So you're going to do 8 squared plus 6 squared is going to equal c, which is your hypotenuse, so equals c squared. 64 plus 36 is c squared. If we add 64 and 36, we get 100. So c is going to equal the square root, which is 10. And then we don't know, we're just going to say it's units because we don't know what it's measured in. Same thing, we don't need to put plus minus on that because we're talking about a distance. These formulas should have been memorized if you were going to go take the physical final or if you were going to be in school physically. Obviously, you don't have to have them memorized moving forward, but just know if we were to take a paper pencil test on campus that this would be expected to be memorized. These three formulas are not given to you. You've seen the distance and midpoint formula. The equation of a circle is this equation on the right. They're all, the distance formula, if you look, and this equation of a circle are very connected. When you look at the equation of a circle, the center is the value hk, and then the radius is after you take the square root of r squared, so the radius is just r. So that calculates where's the center and how far away the edge is from the center. The distance formula calculates the distance between 2 points, and then the midpoint is the middle of the 2 points. So we studied these two first semester. Okay, so we're going to work through this. We're given an equation. We're going to identify the center and the radius. So if you look at this first one, there is no adding or subtracting on the x and the y. So that implies that your center is 0, 0. Then if you take the square root of 16, your radius is going to be 4. My h is 3. My k is 2, so 3, 2. And the square root of 4 is 2, so your radius is 2. Now we're going to work backwards. We have the information, we're going to put that into the equation of the circle. So remember that your formula, if you look up top here, it's minus and minus. So I'm going to start with x minus, my value is negative 2. So that means that turns to addition. Squared plus y minus negative 1 turns to plus. And then if you square a 3, 3 squared is 9. So if you look at the next one, we're not adding or subtracting anything, so it's x squared plus y minus 4 squared equals, if you square a square root, it cancels. So you're just going to have a 2 there. Now, this is not in the form of a circle, so we need to get that y squared over on the left. I'm going to add it, so we have plus y squared equals 12, and then you can identify. So make sure you have it in the form of a circle. So your center is negative 5, 0. Your radius is the square root of 12, but we need to reduce the radical. So if you can reduce your radicals, you always need to do that, which would be the square root of 4 and the square root of 3, which is 2 square roots of 3. Okay, this is asking us to reference the example from the front on the prior page. This is write the equation of a circle from the line segment in example 2 as its diameter. So we got a length of 10. So the diameter, I'm going to jot a little note here, diameter is 10. So knowing that the radius is half of a diameter, your radius is going to be 5. And if we look back to the front of that page, page 113, the center is that point that's in the center of that line. The center is already labeled for us. It's 511. So we can immediately go into our equation of a circle. So x minus 5 squared plus y minus 11 squared, and I didn't write an 11, equals 5 squared, which is 25.